Alright guys, so today is finally the day where I go to Whistler. So I'll be putting in a couple clips and showing you guys about my trip. Where I started my vacation in Vancouver, and we were at these totem poles. Pretty sick, honestly, and yeah, they're just cool to see. Alright, so the actual drive up to Whistler was insane. Like, look at these giant mountains and stuff. Like, where I'm from, you would never see anything like this. So it was just, this was like in the Squamish area, but it was so cool to finally like start seeing mountains and stuff. And believe it or not, there's people skiing on top of those. Well, not maybe those, but in Whistler, there are people skiing at the top in like July and crap. It's crazy. Alright, so we took a gondola up, I forget the name of the mountain, but Shannon Falls was next to us, which was really cool to see. And yeah, this was like an insane gondola. Yeah, once we were at the top, we were on the super cool suspension bridge. This is like a mini version of the one at Whistler. Alright, so if you're like me and you've never been to Whistler, I recommend you obviously have to rent a bike unless you have a good DH bike. So get yourself a bike and then go, I forget the name of the company, but they have like people and you can get like free lessons and stuff. Mine wasn't even really a lesson, it was just a guy who just went down with me. And yeah, it was really fun. He showed me awesome trails. It was just really fun, and if you're new, the people there can teach you how to bike and stuff. It's a cool experience. I really recommend you do it instead of just going out there and winging it. Alright, so here's the bike I rented. It had RockShox with Maxxis DH-R tires. Really nice GT bike, forget the model. DH bike, super nice bike. I really love it. Alright, here's some of the pictures I took. Here's A-line, which was so fun. Me jumping in, crabapple hits. And I took this fall. So I was taking in a turn on Blue Velvet. It was really dry, and I just washed up and fall. But luckily, it's the only fall I took at Whistler. Alright, here's when I actually cleared the moon booter, which was an insane accomplishment. And for some reason, I could not clear this step up. I kept trying, like, so many times. My dad was recording this. But, nobody was clearing it. Like, I saw so many people just casing it. But I was so close. And a lot of people were saying that this was the hardest trail to clear on the A-line run, because everything else flows perfect. Alright, so at Whistler, there is a lot of wildlife. So, this just from squirrels to bears. I saw a couple bears, actually a ton. Black bears, grizzlies, and it's just crazy. Look, I was riding on the trail, and it was like 20 feet away from me. It was so sick. And look at this, a literally grizzly bear on the road, like right by us. It was honestly scary, but it was just so cool to see. Alright, so I have an insane story about the elk. This is not an actual picture I took, but I couldn't find any. So I was on a hike with my family, and there were elk crossing the road. We went like right after they were done crossing because we didn't want to get in their way. And like right when we passed, one of the elk came back out from when they just crossed, and it looked at us, and we kept walking. Like, we got a little bit scared. It was like at least 10 feet away from us at this point, and we just kept walking. We were still looking at it though, and it it charged at us for 5 feet. It gave us 5 feet because it was 10 feet away, and that scared me so much. I think it was just trying to make us leave, but we were already leaving. But it was just an insane experience. So if you ever buy elk or any other wild animal, just make sure you're being careful. Alright, to finish off our trip, we drove 10 hours to Banff, and look at this water, dude. This is Lake Moraine, I believe, and it doesn't even look real. It's so blue. It's just amazing. Alright guys, sorry I didn't get as many clips as I wanted to, but that's just, I couldn't really get any because I forgot my GoPro here. I didn't really have time to pack my bags, but yeah, I mainly went just to see the lakes and go hiking and stuff. But biking was just a 2-day thing. It was amazing, but yeah, it wasn't really the main thing we were there for. It was a family trip, so I couldn't really stay there that long. But yeah, if you're ever thinking about going, totally suggest you do it. It's probably the best vacation I've ever been on, and it's just insanely fun.
Yeah, that's just how I roll. Yeah, that's just how I rock. That's just how I roll. That's just how I rock. And roll, 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 roll.